to bring to the family. And I think we all know that, and that's in some ways been sort of categorized as okay, and then dad's at work and he does work stuff and maybe outside of the home stuff, and mom does home stuff. But I think it's actually true that we both have something important to contribute within our homes. And some of the research that I started doing, just finding the stress that specifically working moms are under and the way that that is leading to poor mental health as well as physical health, really has me convinced that there are ramifications when we try to be super mom and do it all. And I think we can think that we are being kind and loving by not asking our husbands to be involved at home, that they're tired after a long day, or it's not natural for them to nurture and be a caregiver. But I still think that a lot of men, they want to be there, to be helpful to their wives and their children at home. It just might not come as naturally. And so it really becomes about communication and opening that dialogue where we as wives feel comfortable asking our husbands to step in and to cook dinner one night when we're home late at a meeting, or help with homework, or any number of things. I mean, my husband was doing laundry 2 weekends ago when I was sick. And I think that not having the guilt of, okay, I can't believe I had to ask him to step in to do this, but to see it as a partnership. And when we want our husbands to be seen by our children as leaders in our home, I think that will come more naturally for them to view them that way when they see that they're competent in our home. And it's not just, oh, dad's got to somehow make do while mom's gone for the night. This is going to be interesting. But they know that dad's
Yeah.
got it. They know that it might look a little bit different than maybe when mom is there, but they see that level of competency and leadership. And then there's kind of a natural transition to the way that they're going to see that spiritual leadership in their dads as well.
Yeah. And I think I'm raising two boys. Like my oldest two are boys, and my daughter is my youngest. But the more I think about like raising them and launching them and them being married and one day fathers themselves, is the husband and father I want them to be. And so much of that is the father that they have. But that also means that we have to train them by just doing in front of them. So much of parenting is just like example based living. Like that's one of the biggest things I've learned. The older my kids get, I'm like, if I'm modeling this, they're gonna pick up on it. And um and so I've thought about that so much as my kids get bigger, where I'm like, okay, they just need to see their dad doing things, and they need to see us having discussions and loving one another and being tender with one another, but also parenting. Both of us have to parent them, both of us have to care for our home. And I think that it's something that maybe has like gone by the wayside in the last few years, where we just aren't maybe it's the rise of technology, honestly, where our kids just aren't seeing as much because we're all buried in phones, which is another, like, that's kind of a generalized top statement. But I just want us to model this a little bit better, because I think our kids will be better off in the future.
Oh, I absolutely agree with that. And there's actually research that shows that boys that are growing up in homes, usually it's homes where both parents are working, and so then it's a little bit more shared, some of those responsibilities at home, that they grow up to be more active in their own homes once they get married. And
Mm.
so it does seem that what
Yeah.
you've been talking about, they are seeing their parents kind of interact and co-parent